So today I'm here at CJ's house with them. What is it?
They is cool. Yeah.
They.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So no problem. I just realized I should probably ask. Like, I have an idea, but okay.
Thanks.
Do you mind being on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I asked.
It's early.
That's why I asked.
Thank you.
No problem. So we did a reading about. Well, I kind of just asked for some guidance and advice about moving forward with going back to school. So it was a resounding yes, which is pretty sweet. But we're going to go over the different cards, and her deck is really cool and really pretty. So these two, I'm actually going to move the camera. These two get flipped together, and it's the Page of Pentacles underneath and the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, I think of it as like what covers the querent. So in this case, that'd be me and what's around me and what's in my energy. And the Ace of Cups is like, hello, new beginning, new idea, new love, new
New
emotion.
relationship.
Yeah. And then followed with that Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who's like, hey, I bring messages because pages are often messengers. And pentacles are money and resources and time and energy. And I see this as this brand new thing coming into fruition that has the potential to be
Lucrative.
lucrative, exactly.
Yeah.
And so just flipping those two cards, it was like already I had a feeling this reading was going to go really positively, and I was not wrong.
Definitely.
So the next one that they flipped was the Three of Pentacles. And that is an awesome card. This is the past or process of leaving, traditionally in the Celtic cross. And it's it's a dude or a person working on obviously this beautiful glass mosaic, but the thing that I love so much about this card is that it's about laying the foundation of hard work. Because
Yeah.
it's pentacles, they're resources, and threes are the start of action. If ace is the beginning and two is where you weigh the options and think about what you're doing, three is the start to action. So boom, we got a three in the
I like
past.
that.
I've been working hard on it.
Yeah. Strong foundation built to last.
Yeah, exactly. So next we have what's under the surface. What I think of this is a couple different ways. I learned it as the basis of the situation, but a more accurate thing I think is actually like what's under the surface of your subconscious mind, what's working under the surface. And the fool, he is a major arcana card that represents when you take a leap of faith from a place of knowledge and comfort and security into the great unknown. And sometimes whatever experience you have is really great and positive, and sometimes they're not. But the point is that you are leaping in a completely different direction than you had been going previously. And to have that be at the basis of where my
You're
brain
ready
is.
for starting a journey.
Yeah, I'm ready
Yeah.
for a new adventure. It's so
It's packed
lovely.
up.
Yeah, it is. I have a deep connection with the Fool, actually. It totally. Someday I'll like tell the story on the channel maybe of the way that the Fool and Daniel and I are tied together. But
Aw.
yeah, because I totally.
Cool.
What crowns me and could come into being is the way I learned it. And I think of it that way too. And also, but what's above the surface? What's
It's the
working?
theme.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. The theme. That's brilliant.
Your career. Inspiration.
Yeah, Page of Rods too. Like, hello, Page of Wands. It's about doing what pushes you forward. It's about doing what gives you drive and what makes you want to do it. Passion. And again, news, movement. Well, actually, not movement. That's nights. News. And information gathering, which I think is good.
Page
and I
number
see,
two.
yeah, page number 2. No kidding. So the next one is this one. This is what's before me and in the future. And this is the Six of Swords reversed. And when the Six of Swords is upright, it kind of represents sailing through difficulty without too much concern. It's basically you started, you made it through, you got to the other side, everything was pretty easy for you. It might have had moments, but you
Smooth
knew
sailing.
you were good. When it's reversed like this, my first immediate representation and thought was you're not taking the easy way out. That this is going to be a journey where you could have an easy journey ahead of you. You're choosing a more difficult path, which makes perfect sense. My job as a program manager is pretty secure. I'm good at it. I know what I'm doing. I'm comfortable in it, even though I don't love it. going to school to start a journey that I have denied starting for the last 12 years of my life, like,
It's big.
that's big. It's not the easy way, that's for sure. But at the same time, like, boom, Ace of Cups. Like, that's the beginning of a deep
And
love.
the Fool.
And the Fool, no kidding. Like, it's good, it's coming.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, it is. So the next thing that we have here is like me in the situation and what I feel, what I represent, what I am about. And
Side
it's
note, how awesome is the sun peeping out right there? Thank you, Phoenix, for the awesome.
yeah,
shot.
no kidding. No kidding. The nine of wands. And one, besides nines being completion, that's the end of something. The nine of wands specifically is a guy who had this rough journey, he had this hard fight, and he, at the end of it, was successful. Mm-hmm. He's not battered, he's not tore up, he's got a row of wands, and he's rocking it. He did it, he handled it, and he had it. And that, I mean, it's a really nice affirmation for like me and what I've been
Also,
doing with my time.
that you're a fighter.
Yeah, that too. And strong. And yeah. So that's awesome. Excuse me while the camera goes wonky for a second. This card is a little sad, but this is the thoughts and feelings of others around me or what is in the near environment. And this is the Three of Cups reversed, which is not inherently negative, but I immediately saw it as,
Your team is breaking up.
yeah, that I hurt some people's feelings, and I have to, do what I can to be a good person and to make amends for that, because that was not my intention.
And remember to celebrate the small things, even if nothing
Absolutely.
looks super happy. Like, you're making a lot of positive change.
Yeah, and that it might not make sense to someone else, but
And
it doesn't
also
have to.
that your team that you're leaving has a lot of things to be happy for, even if it seems sad to them right now.
yeah, absolutely, because that's their, yeah, it's a Three of Cups. It doesn't really matter. The cups are those cards
It's
that
still
are
a
good
celebration.
regardless. Yeah. So my hopes and fears, and this is the Page of Cups, and my fear is that it's not gonna be something that drives me forward long term. I have a total fear of commitment. I have my whole life.
You're
and
afraid to get emotionally invested in your career.
Exactly. And I feel like the Page of Cups here is reminding me that
You have that little smidgen of hope, like, ooh, maybe I feel strongly about this.
maybe I can do
maybe
this
it
for
could
the
really grow into something.
yeah. And also, this
Or
is my
maybe
third
you're
page.
finally ready.
Yeah,
for
or
it to
that.
grow into something.
Yeah, no kidding.
It could be something that you've stopped being afraid of, because the page theme is definitely, especially with the Fool, what'd you call him, the King of Pages?
Yeah, the Fool, the King of Pages. At this point, 1, 2, 3, and then we actually pulled another one
Combined
after.
with the fighting imagery, I don't know. You
Yeah.
seem ready to move forward.
That's
and
what it looks
fight
like
for
to
what
me,
you
too.
believe.
Well, that's the outcome. Is the seven, the
And
Seven
to
of
realize
Wands.
your potential in a lot of ways. I
Yeah.
don't know. You've got your bonus card.
Yeah, and yes, I do, and I'll get to that in just a second. But the outcome, the Seven of Wands, is this is a guy. He's standing uphill against a battle, and he has got it. He is the guy who becomes this person. He is fighting the battle, and then the Eight of Wands happens, which is like clear, like way try and true, and then you become the Nine, and you come home to celebration. And so this whole reading as a whole already was just a phenomenal affirmation. And then I pulled one more to find out if I should push to be a training coordinator at my current job as I step down from manager. And I got the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is a messenger who brings unusual news or interesting, unexpected news.
That's true.
And he also is the fourth page in this 11 card reading. So I looked up pages. I went digging to find out more about them. And what I found is that when you have 4 pages in a reading, it often can relate to education or higher learning. So basically, you're going to take this.
Yeah, I was gonna say here. I'll do a zoom out.
Perfect. So basically, I am going to be going back to school. And I think the decision is made.